It's not enough to be influenced by political pressure, by petrodollars. You have to return to the roots that founded this country in the first place, and that's the belief in God. How many cities in this country are named after cities in Israel? The people felt a connection to the Bible when they built this country. Why have we lost that? And how can we turn our back on the real people of the Bible who are in the real cities that they named their cities after and tell them that they can't live there? Can you imagine if somebody got up and said a Jew can't live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania? The outcry there would be? No. But I can't live in the real Bethlehem today. It belongs to the PLO. And that's another thing. This peace program, just their plans. I'm not talking about the plans, and the Israelis agree with this, which is outrageous also. No, nobody in the world would do these things. If you have the two states, the two peoples, as they call it, what's going to happen? One state will be all Arab, and the other state will be in Israel as it is today, only tinier, with Arabs and Jews together. And everybody accepts this as natural. When Mr. Netanyahu gave away 80% of my city of Hebron to Arafat, there's not one Jew living in that 80%. But in the remaining 20%, you'll find plenty of Arabs. And that's acceptable, that's fine. That's not racism, that's wonderful. Why does anybody notice these things? And how does my government accept this as fair and real and rational? I mean, if you want to be rational about it without getting religious and without being godly about it, okay, 2 states for 2 peoples, only Jews live here and only Arabs live there. Oh no, that's racism. You have to have Arabs. But not to have Jews, that's not racism, that's okay. This is exactly what's going on. Nobody notices it, nobody says anything about it. It's all phony. And my people know it. And even better than that, my enemies know it. The Arab knows who the country belongs to. And they know that we don't have the spiritual strength to stand up to our own obligations. They know this. And as long as we don't stand up to our obligations, they know they have the strength to get in there and do whatever they do. All we have to do is be strong. The key to real peace lies in Jerusalem, not here. If we had one Jewish leader who would just act like a Jew and fear God, we would have peace immediately. The Arabs would fall in line, everything would be wonderful.
Like Begin, for example.
Well, he started off nice, but he was the first one to recognize the Palestinian people.
But still, his direction was very good.
He started off, look, he was very good before he became prime minister. Something happened to him after he got elected, I don't know what.
Always when they become prime ministers, they have to change a little bit.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that a man who is given the responsibility to lead his nation has to be a God-fearing man, has to fear God above everything else. If it's not of that kind of a caliber, he shouldn't be in a leadership position.
No question about that. It just it's a different position from the time.
Yeah, it's a very difficult position. I'm not belittling it.
Yeah.
It takes a very strong and powerful person.
But altogether, he was one of the best prime ministers we had, other than Ben-Gurion.
Yeah, and if you look back at Ben-Gurion, if he were alive today, everybody would look at him as a radical right-winger, even though he was technically the ideal of what left is, right?
But he was good. He did great
He
stuff.
had the courage to declare statehood when nobody wanted him to.
Exactly. I shook hands with him.
Really?
Wow. In '49, we came from Libya as Aliyah. And when we were in first grade. And the kids.
Do you think he would have sat with Arafat?
Excuse me?
Do you think he would have sat with Arafat? Not for a minute.
I don't think so. No, he was pro-Israel in an incredible way.
He said
I agree with him.
He said no Jew has the right to give away any of the land of Israel. 37, I think, and probably other occasions,
Yeah, it doesn't belong to us, it belongs to future generations. And we have no right to do that. Yeah. Yes, it's true. It's, Ben-Gurion, who is lauded as the symbol of the left, today, if he were alive today, he would be the symbol of the right. Things have changed so radically, so incredibly radically.
So probably would Jack Kennedy here be considered a right-wing hawk. Pardon me, go ahead. Yeah.
So no, but basically, I think I said my message.